I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here? Woohoo! Happy Friday, happy manufacturing day, everyone. I am super excited, and yes, you would have picked that up because I don't shout when I come on screen. But I'm super excited today because I am hosting a wonderful panel of manufacturing rock stars. And we will be talking about manufacturing and networking. I think this is something that people don't necessarily think about outside of going to trade shows. And I thought this would be interesting to hear different people's perspectives. If you and I haven't met yet, my name is Ingor, and I'm known as the Networking Ninja. I'm hired by manufacturers and entrepreneurs to help them develop a social media strategy, especially on LinkedIn, so that they can stand out and connect with their ideal community. Now, you may be wondering, why is community so important to me? Well, if you saw my intro video, you will have seen a word that is the principle upon which I base my life, but it's not very well known in the Western world. And that principle is Ubuntu. So, I know if you're watching this and you've been watching this previously, you will know what the word actually means. But allow me to explain for those who don't know. I'll put it up on my screen. So, Ubuntu is an ancient African word and it means humanity to others. It's often described as reminding us that I am what I am because of who we all are. In short, Ubuntu means I am because we are. And the reason why I embrace this principle so wholeheartedly is because I truly believe that I wouldn't be the me that I am today if it were not for the people that I have encountered in my life, as well as the experiences that I've had. Of course, we're going to be talking about networking. So let me display for you the definition of networking. It is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. So, if you are watching live today, please drop us a comment and let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from. It would be awesome to be able to weave your comment into the conversation. So, I do have a large panel of guests waiting to be brought up on screen. I would like to bring them up one by one and allow them the opportunity to introduce themselves to especially to people that don't know them. I will start with ladies first because I am old school like my friend Russ. So, welcome Angela. Thank you for being here. Um, won't you please introduce yourself and let us know who you are and what you do?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Ingrid. Thank you for having me today. My name is Angela Thurman, and I'm the owner of Thurman Co., a project management consulting firm from Houston, Texas.
Whoop whoop. And do you want to share anything else?
So I am a certified project management professional, and our company helps small to medium-sized organizations with primarily technical project management, and we have flexible, scalable project um, pricing,
Mhm.
and we're just here to help with whatever project management needs they have. I'm also the secretary and membership director for the Texas chapter of Women in Manufacturing.
Awesome. And I know you
Yes,
have a conference coming up, right?
that's right. So Sunday I leave for the Women in Manufacturing annual summit, which is in Atlanta this year.
Awesome. And Angela, do you want to tell us anything about your housemates?
Oh, I have 3 little dogs that we may hear making an appearance. So I have 2 Bichons and a little Havanese Maltese mix.
Awesome.
So, yeah, um, Babette is my oldest girl, and she'll be 16 in 2 weeks.
Wow. Wow. That's no small feat. So that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Angela. And I'll bring on the next woman in manufacturing. Good morning to you, Katie. You're on mute.
Sorry, I muted myself because earlier I wasn't muted and I was going to be making noise. But hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Manufacturing Day.
Woohoo! Happy Manufacturing Day. Can you tell us a little bit about you, Katie?
I don't know. Well,
Uh,
I'm Katie. I'm the manufacturing hype girl. I talk all about manufacturing, more specifically U.S. manufacturing, and I like to shed some light on all the opportunities in the manufacturing industry because you may not think that you have a seat at the table, but you certainly do. And I'm here to tell you where you fit in. And I can also connect you with buyers and sellers in the industry. So that's a little bit about me and what I do.
awesome. And you definitely showed me where I fit in. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. I think it's important. It's important for everybody to see their place. And yes, manufacturing touches our lives every single day.
Yeah, it does.
And do you want to share anything personal about you?
Personal, I like to call myself a roadside geologist, though I'm not sure I can actually say that because there's like a series of books called Roadside Geology, but I love them. And I like to take my roadside geology book and travel around in the US and identify um, geological structures and, I don't know, lots of cool things like that. I like to pick up rocks and bring them home and look at them and talk about them and throw them out in my yard. And I like rocks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
it's a pleasure. Hello to you, Gail. You're
Gail's
on
on
mute.
mute too.
Oh, you know what? I was on mute because I'm dog sitting and the dog was barking a bit, so I didn't want to
Fine.
show. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Manufacturing Day 2022. Woo!
Yes. Well, thank you for being here, Gail. Would you like to introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are, and so that we can know more about you than your crazy red hair?
Well, my name is Gail Robertson, and I am Chief Curiosity Officer with Gail now. And I help manufacturers both tell and share their stories because, well, a lot of times in manufacturing, they are reluctant to do so. So, as a recovering journalist, my superpower is really helping people sign up, suit up, and show up using curiosity. Because when you're curiosity and you ask questions, you look around corners, well, that's when you can step out to the spotlight. And that's how you're going to help with selling, retaining your staff, and recruiting new staff as well. So it kind of all ties together. And I am one of my focuses or foci will be more on publicity and PR and really helping people champion their personal brand so they can step out into that spotlight and own it.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, you own it. Do you want to share anything personal about you?
Well, I'm a boy mom, so my son is now 20. Yes, I was a very young mom. If you know me, you know why that's funny. So yeah, so I have learned many lessons from parenting a son, especially. So that's been great. And I'm also now becoming, I guess, a dog sitter. So this is about the fourth time I've been dog sitting. I've even cat sat. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dog sat. Yeah. So, and I love connecting with people, going to events, both in person and virtual.
Awesome.
And just excited for this panel this morning. And as I mentioned, I'm going to stay on for a bit. I have to head out because I'm going to one of my clients. They're having an open house and tours. And I just love to hear more of this with manufacturing, that people are sharing what's happening behind the scenes.
Awesome. I want to bring on the next woman in manufacturing, and then I know I need to be cognizant of your time, Andre, so I'll bring you on next. Hello to you, Sneha.
Hey, everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for having me on this panel with all the amazing women and men leaders. So I'm super excited about this. Hey, everyone. My name is Neha Kumari, and I've been in manufacturing for about 10 plus years now. Worked for them and seen the good, bad, ugly, but been working in supply chain and operations for the most part of my life. It's been great being part of this and actually learning a lot of lessons along the way. Personally, I am a boy mom too, to two very young boys, 2 and 4 years old. Time has definitely flown while working and taking care of them. And really, like, my the only thing that I strive for every single day is be able to spend time with them as much as possible. So you'll definitely see will be seeing screen on screen appearances from them. It's 6:42 in the morning, and my little one is very timely about waking up at 6 in the morning.
No, that's fine. Thank you for being here. And like I said to you, it's a family show. We don't really mind. Um, so
Thank you.
he's welcome. Hello to you, Andre.
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you
Happy
for the opportunity, Ingor. Um, Andrae Kirkland here. I'm based out of Portland, Oregon right now as a tech program manager. Been in manufacturing technology across different domains. So excited to share my story, share my experience. Something personal. Also, I mentioned, so located in Portland. I actually just moved here. This is my first week in Portland. I relocated from San Francisco. So, if anybody in the audience has any recommendations on food, any breweries, or any wineries, all the above, I'm definitely open to taking them because I'm still getting adjusted. So, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Let's bring on the next gentleman in manufacturing. Hello, Damon.
Hello.
Happy
All right.
Friday. Happy Manufacturing Day, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's a big day. This is every year we look forward to it and think about what's going on, and as Kurt Anderson and I talk with a lot of manufacturing extension partnerships across the United States, this is a huge day for them. They plan actually the whole month of October, and I think it's really something to see everyone come together and really understand. While manufacturing is, what is it, 10-12% of our overall GDP in the United States, it affects so many people, so many
Yes.
lives, so many different places, from the large corporations to the mom and pop building a product or custom, manufacturing across the United States. There's just so many people it affects and so many lives that it's really allowed people to have awesome careers and lives and raise
Mhm.
awesome families around it. So it's really cool to be involved.
Yes.
Myself, Damon Pistulka, co-founder of Exit Your Way. It's real simple what we do. We work a lot in manufacturing and e-commerce, and we help people increase their business value, prepare to sell their businesses, and sell their businesses when they are eventually ready. So we do. We use a combination of consulting and the business sale process to do it, but we take a bit different approach in that we don't work with a lot of clients, but the clients we do work with, they get the results they want. So
Awesome.
it's
And
fun.
something personal.
Personal? Oh, gee. I don't know. Where do we want to start? I just this morning we were sharing my Spotify playlist, which is a scary thing. I've done that before. No, I live in the Northwest, got two great kids, a daughter and a son, and I'm just blessed. It's just blessed to be able to get to do what I do in manufacturing every day, to be on live streams and share other people's things. I just feel so blessed to be able to do what I do and to be able to live the life I do with my family.
Awesome.
It's not really a lot exceptional other than just enjoying the days.
Awesome. We're blessed to have you. Thank you for being here. Let's bring on our next guest. Hello to you, Manish.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ingor. It's a pleasure to be on the panel. First time on your show. This is great. This is a great opportunity to meet everyone, and happy Friday. As far as I'm concerned, I've been in manufacturing for 15 plus years, almost, done all the roles, be it supply chain, finance, operations, product management, lean. So I've seen almost all the spheres of life, but one thing I can say, it's everyday learning. Every day something surprises me, and it's great to be on this panel, and I would share some experiences and learn from the experiences of from the panel. As far as personal is concerned, two boys, father of two boys, and it's a lot of work, I can say, but I think I do only the 10% part. The 90% is done by my wife.
Aw.
May I share your secret?
Yes.
So if you haven't pieced together yet, Sneha and Manish are married. So
I
awesome
just figured it out.
Yeah, awesome to have you both here. Thank you for being here. Let's bring on our final guest, the amazing king of process. Hello to you, Mr. David Chrysler.
Good morning, Ingor. Good morning, everybody. How's so excited to be here with you all. So I feel like we're kind of like a good Brady Bunch shot here right now.
Yeah, it is.
In this
I was
panel.
thinking Hollywood Squares.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right. The
better,
old show,
even
the Hollywood
better,
Squares. There you
Yeah,
go.
even better. So
Okay.
Thanks for having me, Ingor.
Thank you for being here. Since you said that, everyone smile. Let's take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you. David, won't you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, happy to. So my name is Dave Chrysler, and I own an operations consulting business working with mostly operations leaders in the manufacturing and distribution spaces. And I help them create systems. So systems that not only free up their time, but allow them to drive growth and operate with excellence. So I've been a part of manufacturing for a very long time. So as I joke, I grew up in manufacturing businesses. So, I was destined to be 6 foot tall, but, smelling all those chemicals when I was a little kid has driven my height down over the years. So, yeah, I excited to be here with you all today, and looking forward to a great show.
Excited to have you. Won't you please tell us something personal?
Sure. I am a proud girl dad. So, and like Manish, my wife does the majority of the work around here, and I'm thankful that she lets me be here with her.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I do want to be cognizant of everyone's time. However, the comments are blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and say hello to everyone watching. I'm just opening. Oh my gosh. Of course, it's partly you, David. Hello to you, Whitney. I'm trying to. My StreamYard is not working so well, so I'm just trying to show her. Here we go. Whitney was saying 2 minutes before the show went live, ready and waiting. Let's get this party started. Thank you, Whitney. for being here. Angela says happy manufacturing day. Thank you for being here, Angela, in the guests and in the comments. Whitney says, Whitney was saying, if it's okay. I guess it was you, Damon, no problem. And then hello to you, Nigel T. Packer. He says, hello, Inga and everyone else. Joining from South Wales in the UK. It is moist here at the moment after a morning of rain. Wow.
Ooh.
So, Katie, you had snow. Nigel had rain. Is anybody having a nice, hot, sunny day? Can you let us know?
Angela is.
Awesome, yeah. Angela. Katie is saying hi to Whitney, of course. And then I love to see the networking going on. So I'm going to say, if you're in the comments and you haven't connected with each other, please go ahead and do so. It's good.
Look who showed up in the comments, Ingor.
Oh my gosh. I'm scrolling. I want to do it from the top down so I don't miss anyone. Otherwise, I'll end up being like a squirrel and I can't do that right now. So Whitney says she's tuning in from Sugarland, Texas. I love to read this every single Friday. And she says also she's super excited for this. She loves seeing her friends, Angela and Katie, as well as Gail. So I guess, David, you're not friends with Whitney, right?
You gotta try harder.
I see what's going on. Here.
We're not worthy. That's all.
And of course, wow, that's awesome. Katie says, Angela, she's happy to hear more from you today. Gail is poking at you, Katie. Of course. Hello to you, Chinedu. Thank you for tuning in from Brampton, Ontario. Nice to see you here. I'm scrolling, guys. I know you guys are saying hi to each other, but I'm going to skip over that. Hello, John. Thank you, John Biglino, for being here and supporting us. John is an excellent example of somebody that embraces networking in manufacturing. He actually told me that everybody that visits his profile on LinkedIn, he sends them a message. And I will say that's a little creepy. I love you, John, but yeah. He says, holy crap, what a panel. Oh my God.
I do that. Everyone who sees my profile, I make sure I connect with them. I don't send a message, but I connect with them. I always do that. So I'm with you, John.
So does it, okay, we'll go back to that. Thank you for telling me that.
Talking.
He says, thank you for putting me out of my misery. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to say, hello.
It's actually Kathy, but I love Alice from Wonderland.
It's Karen Rivera. Yes,
Karen Rivera.
Oh, Karen, right? Not Kathy. Yeah. Karen, yes.
And Angela knows Karen because they're both part of WIM, Women in Manufacturing. So thank you for being here, Karen. Nice to see you. And yes, please, if there's an issue on LinkedIn, you can always go over to YouTube. My YouTube channel is Inspiration from Inga, and you can find me there. Damon says he was pulling up his phone to comment. No worries. Whitney says, not a sunny day, at least not yet. It's really pleasant here this morning. So I'll tell you, it's 9 degrees Celsius here where I am. That's not pleasant. Somebody can tell me what that means in Fahrenheit. I would appreciate it because I don't have time to look for that now. But yeah, it's not pleasant at all. But it's okay. It's better than snow. I will say that, Katie.
It's 32 here.
Okay, wow.
Oh, I know.
Yes, it is awesome. Thank you, Damon. And hello to you, Mohammed Shabani. Thank you for tuning in from Algeria. He says it's a sunny day where he is. Awesome. Okay, I want to just shout out two people. Oh, here we go. Karen says Angela is my partner in crime. I love it. And I will tell you, Angela, I met her because of you, because of your birthday celebration last year. That's how I met Karen. So awesome. Hello to you, Raju Ram, tuning in from Dubai. Thank you for being here. And Whitney is telling me that it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and so is Damon. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's move on to the topic. It's always awesome to be able to say hello to people that are watching. But let's get down to business. And also, I want to be cognizant. So I'll put you guys on in order. Gail, I know that you need to leave, and so do you, Andre. So I'm gonna put, if you don't mind, Gail, can I just put Andre on so that he can just say his 2 cents? Here we go. Okay, Andre, you're in the hot seat.
My favorite place to be. Let's do it.
So you told me before that you're an introvert.
I am. Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean when it comes to networking?
When it comes to networking, introversion. So I like to say that I am an extroverted introvert for the very reasons of networking, because I understand that just as people, right, we value connection, we value relationships. We are a species of community. So there is that want, that desire to connect with people. However, I do find it is fulfilling to me to have my alone time, have my peace. I'm almost perfectly okay just having, a night in and being by myself without going out to a dinner or what have you. But again, I do enjoy, I think we were talking about beers earlier. Hey, if someone's up to grab a beer, let's do it. Right. So there's that component. And just in terms of fostering genuine connections that bring you joy, that bring you energy, that energize you. It doesn't always come easy just being as an introvert, just a natural introvert. Sometimes it can feel like you're doing work, like you're expending a lot of energy to have those conversations, to build those relationships, etc. But when you really tap into the fruitful connections and those relationships, they're less work and more joy. And so that's kind of what I found from my experience as kind of being that extroverted introvert, because again, I'm at peace with being by myself and having my alone time. But I do find the value and understand the kind of the innate emotional desire for relationships and community.
Yeah. Let me put this on screen so you can see what Whitney's saying. She says, I feel you, Andre, got to recharge those batteries after networking.
Exactly. Yeah. Just come home from the couch, sit on the couch, and it's a huge deep breath and let it out, because yes, it can feel like an exercise.
Yes, I love what you said, that so that it can feel like less work and more joy. I know for me, it's a joyful experience to have to be able to host all of you, but I know my energy is going to be depleted later on. But that's just the way that we roll, right? And I'm naturally an introvert as well. But now I say I'm an ambivert because of what I do. Yeah.
I like that. Ambivert. Maybe I'll switch to that instead of extrovert. I'm an ambivert.
And then quickly, I know you need to go. So quickly, let me just ask you, how do you embrace networking, especially within the industry that you're working in?
Yeah, for me, way street, right? One, you just never know what might happen later on down the road in life, and so it always helps to have different connections, and for different whether it's business opportunities, whether it might be job opportunities, or you just want to connect to other people. I think we met through Sneha, right? So and appreciate that connection. So it's things like that where there's real value in connecting people or connecting with other people. And then additionally, I am a huge proponent of mentorship and helping others get to where they would like to be. in their career, in their life, really. And so that's another component of networking. I think that we made a joke about for people who view your profile, hey, send a message or send a request. Well, it's, people are viewing profiles for different reasons. Hey, maybe you are the only person in the space who looks like them, and they want to kind of keep an eye on what you're doing and kind of see how you got to where you are, right? Or maybe you have an unconventional path to where they're trying to go, and they resonate with that, right? And so there are all those components about networking where you have that insight, you have a particular insight that someone else may benefit from. They're not going to get that if they don't reach out to you, or if you don't, make that connection yourself. So that's another component of networking, the value of networking, that I hold near and dear to me.
I think many people don't actually really think about being a role model for others. But that, you're right. That's a great point. Like our friend Whitney says over here, she said that's a really great point. So thank you, Andre, and I will release you. Thank you so much for being here.
No, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity.
It's my pleasure, and have a good day at work. Talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Later.
Bye. Hello, Gail. You're on mute.
Okay, yeah, I was looking for that clickety click. Ingor, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. It's Friday. Woo-hoo! My favorite. I get to see my friends and chat with them more than I did previous days, so this is my favorite. But for you, Gail. Okay, let's go. Tell us, what is your approach to networking?
Well, my approach, listening to Andre, I'm definitely more of an extrovert. I was going to say I'm more of an extrovert, but not like at that far end of the spectrum, because I do need to recharge batteries. But it takes, after an event, I'm energized by that. So after this event today, it will give me more energy. I'm going out to do more connecting today. So it keeps building up energy until I get to the point I need to take a break and recharge. But my approach to networking is always about realizing it's not about what someone can do for me. I want to connect with people that have similar values and are willing to be curious and have more of that open mind to looking at ideas. And then when you do that, you start building this great network of people in your circle, and then they know people that know people. And I've talked about this in the past, which is I haven't talked about this for a while, strong ties and weak ties. So our strong ties are our immediate circle, people we know really well. But the magic is with those weak ties. Those are the people that are further out from us, but they're the ones that will often help open doors, build those connections. And here's an interesting stat. 85% of when people are finding work, are found through weak ties. So it's that, or it's not necessarily your immediate circle, it's that weaker tie circle. And it's kind of, it's not what we think when we hear weak ties, but actually a lot of people on this call are, really and sometimes you can move a weak tie to strong tie, but so that's my approach. Networking is really about finding people with similar values. That's the first step.
So what do you think, how does that convert to the sector that you're in? How does that convert?
Well, I actually didn't necessarily intend to be in manufacturing. It came about through doors being open, connecting with some people in manufacturing. And then the second part to that, because of my understanding of marketing, whenever I'm looking at what they call SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, I always say we can look at our strengths and weaknesses, but it's the opportunities. That's if we focus on opportunities first and look at where there is a need, and if we can tie those connections we have into those opportunities, again, then you start following your passion and loving what you do. And you can hang out, like, as I'm listening to everybody and seeing everybody in this call, I'm like, this is empowering, because I know everyone except one or two people on here, and they're all people that have added to my life. They've added, depth of knowledge. They've added David Chrysler, for example. We met through networking. Then we went into networking groups, and then we met we connected up at a trade show and walked the trade. I mean, wow. And when I met him, I'm like, okay, he's exactly as he appears online is when I met him in person.
Yeah.
So Damon Pistulka, I met him as well. Same person, what you see online. And so that's where I think it's really exciting. And when I'm working with my clients, I said, you want to take that same power that you have in person and just bring that online. And that's where you can have success in networking.
Yes, that's so important. You know, one of my friends, he's told me that people ask him, are you the same person that you are online? Like, are you the same in person? And he's like, I don't have energy to be a different person. Right? And can you imagine like having to pretend when you're online, but then going and being something completely different when you're in person? Like, no, thank you.
And you know, Ingor, that's a really good point, because I think people think that they have to be more professional. They have to come across as, you know, in person, they're one way. I mean, and people, you know, my stories are on TikTok. When I started doing TikTok, it was just for fun. And then when people in manufacturing started talking about my TikToks, I was kind of like, no, don't look at my TikToks. But then I realized that's what people connect with. Because if you see, that's who I am. I'm that person that's probably going to, you know, I'm going to break out into song and dance. You know, I could be at a movie theater and I hear a song and I come out into the concourse and I might just, you know, start singing or doing a little lip sync. So, and I realized that when you're like that it's much easier to just be consistent. And, you know, one thing I just want to say as a bit of a plug about today being Manufacturing Day. And my goal and focus is that manufacturers also need to get out of their own dang way and start showing up and doing exactly what you're doing here, Ingor, getting people on stage and start sharing your stories, because there's so many stories and they're reluctant. I know of cases where in person, people go out to trade shows, they'll go out and do cold calls, and yet they don't want to go on LinkedIn and do a post. Like, it makes no sense. So that's my call to action today is manufacturers, get off your butts, get out of your way, and let's start showing up in this world. And let's get more people excited about manufacturing. I had Cynthia Cooper, 19 years old, and she came on the live show. She's showing up. She's part of Cavalier Army. And so that's my statement for the day is let's grow up, people.
Yes, we need to. And this is why I know, like, for some people, when they came on my show now and I asked something personal, I know it can be a little bit uncomfortable. But the reason why is because you're a person and people connect with people. And even if you're selling something, people buy from people, not necessarily from from the company that you represent, right? So yes, like we know Gail now, but we know Gail Robertson. That's who we buy from. And the same applies to anybody. It's just about connecting heart to heart. So anyway, Gail, I want to be cognizant of your time. So please can you tell people where to find you, and then I will bring on the next person.
Well, if you search Gail now in Google, I will come up in a multitude of ways, along with Gail Robertson on LinkedIn. And there is my link tree. I'll drop that in the comments so you can find me if anyone wants to book. I also do Keynote Talks. As Angela knows, I went out to Seattle. That's where I met Damon and spoke to the women in aerospace. And I talk about the power of showing up and how we have a duty to share our knowledge and to spread the word about manufacturing. It's actually not just for our own selves or our own promotion. We have a duty to this industry and to the world, because, you know, manufacturing is crucial to everything that we have in our world right now. And so there's a duty. So there's that.
Thank you.
Thanks. And before I head out, okay?
Okay. And please take lots of pictures.
Oh, hello.
Oh gosh, Sneha, I want to be cognizant of your time. I know your baby is around, so Do you want to share a little bit about like what's your take on manufacturing
Yes, no, absolutely.
and networking? Sorry.
I have to agree with like 100,000, 2,000% with what Andre was saying, with what Gail just said.
Mm,
But what has definitely stuck with me, especially in manufacturing, is how do we stir that excitement in everyone, right? For many, even today, it's not the coolest industry to be a part of, right? But that's what we need to change. That's why also the need to be out there, to be out there, to be talking about it, to be sharing about it, to be learning at the same time, which is a gap that I see, especially a lot of SMBs. We have like we have like thousands and thousands of industries, but they're still like hiding somewhere. And there's so many lessons that we need to be learning from them, right? Their
mhm,
stories, and then at the same time also be sharing how we could help them. Like there's so like, especially I have to like just start with myself. I was in the same boat, I would say 3 years ago. Exactly, not, in girls terms, not showing up and not being there, not talking about it, not meeting people. But ever since I started this, it wasn't just about the goal that I was trying to accomplish. When I actually started LinkedIn, I met so many awesome people actually, and including everyone, all of you on this panel, right? And I've learned like leaps and bounds. Like I have changed in like in the way I have been meeting people, changed my mindsets, changed. There's a lot of change in terms of how I see actually and interact with people. So just because of the changes that I have experienced in myself, because been showing up and been talking to people, met some amazing people, I absolutely cannot stress more about the importance of actually doing uh, networking, especially when you are from manufacturing. And this could mean a lot of things. It could be as simple as just coming here and learning about what's new, what's happening, sharing insights, and actually the term that Andre mentioned, receiving valuable mentorship, right? This networking is going to help us actually identify new opportunities, connect people to people, but also increases our chances to be doing business. I might know people that and I can connect you to someone who might
yes.
be a good value add, and who knows, in the future you
Yes.
might be actually doing business with them.
Wow.
uh,
Wow. 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 Let me say like Kurt says, can we have a moment of silence, please? Right? Like let's just take that in. Michelle Janae is someone that she wrote a book called The Connect Worker. And there's a quote from her. It says, networking is not about just connecting people. It's about connecting people, people with ideas, and people with opportunities. Wow, Sneha. You are a powerhouse.
Thank you. But I mean, that's true. And I have lived it. I really have. And people who know me personally and my journey and what I've been trying to do for the past 2 years know exactly what I have come across. And this has really come out true for me. And
Yeah.
that's why I cannot, like, I could not be talking more about it. And like being Gail and some of like Gail and Damon and Kurt, I've met these people who talk a lot about marketing and how much marketing is important in manufacturing, and we lack there. We are behind in that space, and being able to show out there, we can share what we are doing. We can learn from others what they are doing, and actually again get new business leads and increase the awareness of your whatever brand we are trying to live in.
Yes.
So increasing brand awareness, that's also a key part of why networking is important. But yeah, I mean, just some of the key points that I wanted to touch upon on why especially manufacturing folks, we need to be out there, we need to be talking to people.
Yes, we do. And I want to be cognizant of your time, but I just want to remind you of the first time that you and I met on a call. Do you remember?
Yep, I
And
do,
we
I
are
do.
now
Thanks
we
to
are
Sam.
bonded. We are bonded to each other, but it starts with connecting heart to heart, because if you remember, we laughed, we cried on that first call together, right? Because that's
Yeah,
what it's about.
I
That's what
I
it's
will never forget that. Yep, that was an emotional one, and our first call.
about. Yes, it was. It was our first call. So, but thank you, Sneha, for being here. Where can people find you? And then I know you're doing 90% of the work, so I will release.
I am here with him, so he has to say that. Right? But find me on LinkedIn, find me on Instagram. I'm actually gonna drop my LinkedIn profile here too. I did not do Linktree, so I apologize, but I that's a learning. I need to do that next time. But and as I said, if you view my profile, I am going to connect with you.
Thank you, Sneha. Be blessed, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
is there anybody that's on the panel that needs to leave shortly? Can you please let me know? Just drop me a private um, message. I know, Angela, you're teaching in 45 minutes, so let me bring you on. And then I would like to touch on mindset with my friend, the red M&M in the bowl of green.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you for being here, Angela. I, whew, I've seen a lot of what you do, when it comes to networking. But can you share a little bit about your approach, especially within the manufacturing sector, please?
Okay. Um, so I rely on LinkedIn for a lot of my networking, and then also through the Women in Manufacturing organization as well. And one of the things that I've realized, and I want to lean on my friend Karen here for this, is that it's just as Sneha was saying, um, it's not about what's in it for me in this networking environment. Um, Hopefully, of course, it's going to lead to opportunities for my business or your business in this relationship. But but it's more about what synergy can we build for the industry at large, or for the community, the organization that we're in, um, the industry. And that's where I'm really seeing a lot being done.
Mm-hmm.
And little things can make huge differences. So it's like the ripples, right? The ripples on a lake. And you don't know what, if I just take this little step today, where it's going to lead. And so that goes back to Gail's comment about strong connections and weak connections. And like one of the things that I did was to just look at the profiles of all the chapter leaders for the other WIM chapters. And I decided, well, I'm just going to reach out and connect with them. And that has led to some really great, just leading to some new friendships and to some amazing opportunities for cross chapter opportunities and personal development for me and the other chapter leaders. And then the opportunity to help one another. So for this just came up. I'll just give this as an example. So because I reached out and connected with a chapter leader in South Carolina, um, she asked me, would I like to help her work with an event that she's planning for next spring. So the director of NASA Johnson Space Center here in Houston is from South Carolina. So this amazing woman is from South Carolina, and that leader for the WIM chapter in South Carolina is planning an event to have this this woman from NASA speak to their chapter. And so she said, how about if we work together and we cross promote it and make it a joint chapter event? And I said, that sounds amazing. And oh, by the way, did you know I used to work for NASA? And so now I'm going to have the opportunity to meet the director of Johnson Space Center. How cool is that?
Right?
Exactly.
Right there. Oh my word. Like, yes, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And it's all about connecting, really.
Yes.
You said something that reminded me of a post that I did about with regards to impact. And I want to put up a quote that I shared during that time. But here we go. It says, okay, hold on. I want to take it all from Ticker. Sorry, 1 second. It says, if you think you're too small to make an impact, you haven't spent the night with a mosquito. Right? But that is it. We need to just keep on being, keep on doing. And you can be the difference for someone. So thank you, Angela. Where can people find you, please?
So you can find me on LinkedIn, and then also I can drop my company website in the chat as well.
Thank you. Yes, you can do it in the comments, and then people can just click on it. Otherwise, if I display it, it's not going to be clickable. But Thank you very much for being here. I know you need to go, so have an awesome Friday and good class today.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks,
Angela.
Okay, let's see. Are you fine, David? What about you, Damon? Okay, let me bring on Manish. Just so that I can, give the 10% back to my friend.
Needs all the help she can get, huh?
Okay, tell us, what is your take on networking and how do you approach it, especially within this industry that you're working in?
Sure. So networking for me is I would say 11 years old word. When I started my MBA program, it was networking. Prior to that, networking in my mind was meeting people. It was reaching out to individuals who I met on the train, on a bus, while
Wow.
traveling. I remember I used to take down phone numbers, business cards when I was in India. So little
Wow.
bit about my background. I was serving the merchant navy, so I am an ex-sailor. I used to travel, on container ships, on gas carriers, containers. I did that for 5 years. So that part of life was isolated. So we didn't had fancy LinkedIn and connectivity around the world. So and I'm old school. I love meeting people. But then when I started my MBA program, then came to know about this buzzword networking. And I'll be very honest, it wasn't very draining for me because I like talking to people. And one of the saying is there: if you know 20 people and each one of them know 20 people, guess what? You know 1 million people, over 1 million people. That's
Yeah.
that's the power of networking. And
Yeah.
then be it manufacturing or any space, what I believe is day to day in our lives, we do two things. Either we are making decisions or we are problem solving. Yes, we have the resource of Google, and we have the resource of going on site and looking, who how we can solve the problem. But
Hmm.
guess who always, do not come in our minds? It's the people. Just have that phone call. Hey, I have this situation. For example, I can call Gail. Gail, I'm having this issue. Can you help me?
Yeah.
Or have you encountered this? And
Yeah.
believe me, when people talk and when people share their experiences and when you try and apply them, you
Hmm.
understand it way better than reading it somewhere or trying to Google it.
Yeah.
And in manufacturing, what traditionally you will see is you will see a lot of people who I would say is I've met a lot of people who are not at executive level, but even at middle management level, who have been in the industry say 15-20 years. Even if they have LinkedIn profile, they don't go there.
Yeah.
So you are like asking them, you're talking to them, and going back to your point, let's motivate them. Let's
Mhm.
stir that revolution so that they can share their ideas and some of the things that they have to teach you, and the learning is exponential. So
Yes.
in my mind, networking is, it's not always getting something out. Hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for this opportunity. For me, 50 to 80% of the time, it's just knowing that individual. And these platforms, it helps to build that. And very often, it would happen, I would go on a trade show or I would travel, I would meet someone who's there on LinkedIn. It does happen. Or you're on the airport and you're like, hey, I know you, I spoke to you this month ago. The thing is, if you're afraid of doing that, no matter the messages that you send, if you can do it live with the person, this whole networking thing, it's gonna make life easy, and you're gonna do it just by the blink of an eye. So
Wow.
that's for me, what networking means.
Well, so wait, you said something that it, it set off a light bulb in my head because there's someone else that I know that met somebody on a train and then connected with him afterwards. And I've never done that because when it comes to going, like being in public, I'm more introverted, I guess. But Gail, you did that, and it just opened your mind to something different, right?
Yep. And I would raise a very it's not a concern, I would say, but rather a point. We all live in neighborhoods. How many of us know our neighbors or people who are like 2 blocks away from us?
Yeah.
I mean, just reach out to them, just go and say hello. I know a few people find it hard, but when there are times when you need, they are your
Yeah.
first line of defense. They're going to help you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I
Wow.
start from there. That's how that's how I am, and that's what my thing is. And remembering names for me, that is key.
Me too. Me too. And I think it's because I have a unique name. And not many people know how to say it, and not many people remember it when they see me for the second time or the third time. So it's just something that sticks in my head. But you just recently shared with me that you've been promoted.
Yes.
Want to
So
share with us?
yeah, sure. So in my current company, I've been promoted. I'm taking on the role of vice president, general manager for one of the business verticals. So thank you, thank you. It comes with a lot of work and responsibilities, obviously. So it comes with nervousness and scared also. Like, okay, now we have to work a lot. So I think that 10% helping will become like 2%.
Right? Well, thank you so much for being here. And can you let us know where to find you? I know you need to go and give your 10%.
Yeah, I can be found on LinkedIn. And if you see me traveling, say hello. And if I'm able to let you know, I will definitely come and tell you hello.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Manish. It's good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, and then there were five. And then there were five. Okay, let's say hello. I know it's still early where you are, Damon. And I was privileged enough to hear you speak about mindset before. So what do you think is the correlation between networking and mindset?
That's a good question. Wow. Yeah, you're hitting me hard early in the morning. Whew. Networking mindset. Well, I tell you, it's been said before on here. Really, networking needs to start with, I think, a spirit of giving and helping. But then it's about building relationships. John Puglino was on here earlier, and he says it best. He says, hunt the relationships, and that's really what I think the thing. Because I used to honestly just, if I said I sucked at networking, that was a lot better than I really was. Because a lot of times when you're running a business, and you got employees and all this other stuff, it's like that's the last thing you think you need to do is build a network of people. But when you really understand how that network of people, how helping others helps you, helps expand your mind, helps you learn, that really is incredible. And I think your mindset really needs to be open to experiencing what others have to share and then sharing what you can help them with. It really is. And when you look at networking like that, it's a wonderful thing. And it's not about numbers. It's not about those kind of things. It's about how can you meet and talk with interesting people. I think for me, it really is. And the more, in your industry and things like that, we're here on Manufacturing Day. Woo! Manufacturing. Let's talk about it. I just think that, for me, I cry about manufacturing.
Wow.
Because it is the coolest damn thing to think that we can take a big chunk of metal and turn it into, whatever. A piece of the wing of a 747, or just think about what Tesla is doing with their one piece big forging crazy stuff they're doing, or even the fact that we Tesla 10 years ago or whatever it wasn't even a company, and now they're making some of the best EV cars. I mean, this is stuff that we can do. The Weber, the space telescope, oh my god, what do we do? That thing's like a gazillion miles away from us, and it's working. And just the things that we do, it's that we come from nothing, come from minerals in the ground to that. It's like, if you don't get just freaked out and go, this is the coolest damn thing ever, why the heck are we not doing, it just, I get fired up about it.
Yeah.
And when you think about networking and manufacturing, I just think that what has happened is through the decades and the generations, the technology has changed the way that we talk and interact with people, and we interact with companies and how we buy. And someone said, Kurt and I talk a lot about marketing and manufacturing and sales and those kind of things. And I think really behind that is the way that people connect, the way that people want to connect with business is fundamentally changing. And in manufacturing, one of the things that we're slow to react to is change in those kind of things. I mean, we'll go out and buy the newest piece of equipment that will save us time and make us faster all day long. We'll just go, oh yeah, let's go spend the $3 million. We justified, we're ready to go. But will we change the fact that we should be educating our customers so that they can make informed decisions? No. Why not?
Right.
That's what they want. That's what they want. And if we're not changing to what our customers want, they will go to the people that do. And it's a real simple thing. And that's what I see. And networking is a part of this, because networking and understanding and learning, and then helping those that you network with as well, you can learn these things. You can find resources that you need. You can find potential customers if you're educating your potential customers and letting them make the decisions to possibly reach out to you. This is where I see manufacturing. If we want to really keep building the industry, we have to understand how to make it good for people to educate themselves and make it frictionless to do business with us if they want to.
Wow. Okay, let me do a shameless plug. Thank you to you, M&I, and for bringing on M&I University, because what we're doing through this is we're educating our customers, right? Damon, are you going to be putting on a course through them?
Yes. And Katie, I haven't told her exact date yet, but I am.
Awesome. Let us know so we can join too.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to do it on leading change. We've already decided the topic. I just had to get over some dates and stuff. So
awesome. Yeah. And David Chrysler is teaching. Which day is it? David it's on Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, every Tuesday of the month, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So I flip-flop either one. So process power hour.
Wow, nice. Katie, what are you teaching on at M&I University?
I will be covering goal setting, my regular monthly reflection, the past month, looking forward to the next month, setting goals, things like that. As more on a personal level, I also am going to be talking a lot about industry net. I'm going to do one session on industry net and how you can connect yourself with buyers, how manufacturers can connect themselves with buyers in the industry, just using industry net, and then vice versa, how buyers can then find suppliers in America for what they need.
Can Canadians participate?
Yeah, but I always sound like such a jerk whenever I say this, but as much as I love manufacturing, I am in full support of U.S. manufacturing and reshoring. Although I love my Canadian friends and my friends in all the countries that I have friends in Israel and Albania, and like I have friends all over the world, but
manufacturing is your focus. Fine. Feel like that. Awesome. Thank you, Damon. And Damon, could you please share where people can find you?
Oh, they can find me on LinkedIn. If you look at my name, I'm only one with a name like that in the world.
Yes. So, you even have a website with that name.
Yes, I do.
The Red M&M?
No.
Yeah. I just when she said something about the red M&M, and I had to change my name on the.
So tell us what the red M&M means.
Well, I mean, Gail and I think it came up. Wasn't it, Gail, when we were on a live stream one time, and I just said, people look at why do you do what you do, and I think when you can be the red M&M and a bowl of green M&Ms, isn't that where you really want to be?
Yes.
I mean, you want to be the one that they're looking at. And if no one in your industry is doing something, but you are, and it's right, and it's helping people, and and maybe even it's helping your potential customers, and you're educating an industry, isn't that the right place to be? I mean, it doesn't matter if anyone else is doing it. It's do what's right and what you feel is right and the best you can to help people.
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of came around. I want to be the red M&M.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, we have a video of that. Of you saying that. Awesome.
That's too bad.
Okay, Dave. King David.
I am up. What's my question? Fire away, Ingor.
Okay. Do you mind if we say hello to people in the comments?
No, let's go.
Awesome. Thank you. And Damon and Gail, if you do need to leave, that's cool. Thank you for being here. Know that we appreciate you, and happy Manufacturing Day. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know if he's still here, but hello to you, Bob Feathers. Thank you for being here. If you are still here, know that we appreciate you.
And Bob, just so you know, I grabbed my business card to show you that they still live. And Damon, we need to get you some business cards, my friend. Shout out to all the
I got them. I just don't ever take them with me anymore.
Shout out to all the printers.
Yeah,
who also are a big part of manufacturing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, no problem. If you need to leave, that's fine, Damon. Thank you.
All right.
I was saying, like, so last week I decided that I was going to go to a trade show. I said to Gail, like, I think I should start looking at what trade shows are here in Toronto, because I mean, I live in a major city. There should be something, right? So the very next day, she sends me an invitation to a trade show. I was like, oh, no, I'm not ready.
That was too fast.
Yeah, like, wait. And she said, I said to her, but the thing is, like, I have no business cards because I've been doing everything online. And she says, well, you don't need a business card. Just connect with them on LinkedIn. Oh my God. So I did. I went. I took my phone with me and I went. So yeah. We can talk about that another time. Let's go through the comments. Oh my gosh. Let's go through the comments. So Damon said, Angela is awesome. Definitely talk to her about the cool stuff she has done. Yeah. Yes. She's done a lot of cool stuff. Really, really, really. And Karen Rivera was saying that she's geeking out. Oh my gosh. Hello to you, Chrysler. If you're still here, thank you for popping in. Appreciate you. And she says Angela is amazing. She is. Oh, Karen loved my mosquito quote. And so did Bob. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Bob says he misses business cards. Just saying. Oh my gosh.
Fun fact about Bob that you might not know, Ingor, and this is how him and I connected, but he spent many, many years in operations for a printing company, specifically that manufactured business cards. So there's a little bit more probably to that story than anybody else probably knows, but that was one that came up in one of our very first conversations between Bob and I. So,
oh my gosh. Damon says someone asked him for a business card last week and he didn't have one with him. He let them scan his QR code. Hilarious. Oh my gosh. But I don't know, like, okay, let me ask you a question while we go through this. Do you think, I know you have some, but do you think business cards are dying?
I see the value in both kind of touch points. So I think there really is something special about having a touch point that's tactile. And I'll give you the example, right? If you have a generic business card, something that anybody can get, I think there's much less value in that. And while you can't tell via Zoom, my business card is probably about 10 to 15 times thicker than a standard business card.
Really?
And yeah, so it's a way to separate yourself. It's not only about creating something special about what it says about your brand, but there really is something tactile when you hand it to somebody. And again, if you have a generic business card, right? Well, who kind of cares?
Yeah.
But if you have something really cool, like I worked at a facility when I had my corporate job. Our business cards were mini pocket folders because that's what we manufactured. So they were business card size, but you opened it up, it had 2 pockets in there, had all of our information on there.
Cool.
I just saw somebody post something about a corrugated box. That was their business card. It was that size. So when you make things that stand out, and you can approach it from that tactile sensation standpoint, people don't forget those types of interactions. And so I think you do lose that in the digital connection. So if you figure out a way to connect it to, your story, your brand, something like that, and make it special, I think there's very much a place for it.
Nice. Katie, I imagine you would have a megaphone. The same.
Yeah, I'd like to walk around with a megaphone, just like you should walk around with a samurai sword.
Oh my gosh, she told me that I should go with a samurai sword.
That would be awesome.
I did tell her a foam samurai sword.
You might have a problem getting into a trade show floor with that, Ingor. I'm just saying, but
Right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Nigel said he finds that giving someone a business card is still appreciated, even with all the technology around. Okay, I need to think about what I want to do, but I really don't want to have something generic.
Well, I was just thinking, I was going to type into the chat box that if we are supposed to always be where our customers are, wouldn't that also apply to these things? Like if maybe, especially in manufacturing, I mean, we deal with that all the time at M&I. The manufacturers want to go back to the book. They want the big book. They want to hold it in their hands and bring it with them. So same with business cards and stuff. Some people just like have something in their hand.
Yeah. Whitney said, I would have thought having a unique name would make it more memorable. I would think so too, but people struggle to say my name. But it's been like that all my life. It's nothing new, but it's cool. Karen says she would exchange mindset with intention when it comes to networking. Wow. That's actually really, yes, if you go with the intention of really, what can I do for you? Right? And not, what can I do for you by selling you my services? Yeah. Like we get dinged all the time in the DMs. But yeah, wow. Sneha says that Damon nailed it. The spirit of giving and helping. Yeah. Right. That's awesome. Karen is asking, is the process power hour recorded?
It is. I responded back and I saw a notification come through that Karen registered. So excited to see you for one of the future sessions.
But sorry, my understanding is that the process power hour is repeat.
It is. Yep. Each session is the same material. I just wanted to make sure that people had the opportunity to go through it in case their schedule didn't allow for one class.
Okay, I understood. I understand now. So I did understand correctly. I was thinking about, when I saw you did that, I was thinking, do I do that with my class? Because it's leveraging LinkedIn, right? But I can't. I need to give people bite-sized chunks to take away and then come back the next session. And if they miss it, that's okay, because it's recorded too, right?
Yeah. Well, it is a lot to get through. But I wanted to be able to provide as much as I could in kind of one session. So, but awesome. I get both sides of it.
Yeah, but like I said before, developing a process can be, for me, I think it's very focused and, so I think I appreciate that it's one session that, and if I want to, I can always come back and take in the content again, which and
if you need more, you know who to go to.
Yes, of course.
And the only other part I would add to that, Ingor, is the fact that because I love to make things interactive, so there's going to be different people on each session. So you're going to get a bit of a different, flavor based on the questions that get asked in each one. Yes. So there is value actually in attending multiple sessions from that standpoint. So
Yes, I think, yeah.
I agree.
Um, Nigel says that he is doing a class on digital customer experience on the 20th. So if anybody is interested, please go ahead and register. Let's see. Karen says, I have to confess, I haven't had business cards in over 3 years. What is Popple?
It's a she explains it later, but and there's a couple of different technologies with it, but it's they have an app and they also have like a NFC reader. But basically, you can, with that NFC technology, it if you get your phones close enough, it will actually just kind of read the information in your Popple app, which is all your contact information. Kind of easy way to think of it, as a super easy way to transfer information without having to scan a QR code or go anywhere. It kind of just automatically sends it over. It's pretty neat.
Okay. Whitney says she agrees with you with regards to the importance of multiple touch points, Dave. So, there she explains it here. Kind of a digital business card, but no scanning required. You touch phones, and the info is transferred. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
That's
it's really
so
slick.
wow,
It really
yeah.
is slick.
That is cool. Karen says, I don't know if security would be too happy with the sword. I heard it hurts when they tackle you.
Karen is my
Don't
kind
ask
of
me how
girl.
I know. That's the best part of that comment.
Oh my gosh. Right? I agree with you, Karen. She says if they can say charcuterie, they can say your name right.
Yeah. Or like Worcestershire.
Whitney says, I don't know anyone who doesn't struggle to say charcuterie. Oh my god.
We just say it different in Wisconsin than anybody else says it. It's
There's
just
a
called,
lot of things about
just called
Wisconsin
a
that are a
cheese
bit
platter.
different, Katie.
It's just called a cheese platter.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, Katie, you said you want to go to Angela's session, and I know it's coming up, but Dave, just yeah, so anybody who's interested in learning about process, this is the person to learn it from.
Yeah.
Honestly, there is a reason why we call him the king of process. And I know you're probably gonna start blushing if you. Yes, you're blushing, but that's okay. We love you, Dave. We love you, Dave. But Dave is really the person to learn process from. So if you haven't already, please go and check out M&I University's website. It is, let me see if I have it in my, I don't think, okay. I'll populate it.
University.mni.net. I can put it in.
Yeah.
And of course, so if you can put it in the private chat, Katie, I can copy it and put it on the screen. But yes, if you need a process, if you need to learn about process, David is the one to teach you. Thank you, Dave, for everything that you do and for how you give so freely to us, your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, Ingor. It's always fun. And I love to talk about process and systems and all of those things. And I'm always happy to have a conversation. Oftentimes people don't feel comfortable reaching out, because they feel as though maybe they're imposing or, something like that. And I'm happy to have a conversation. I really do love this stuff. And, I had somebody reach out to me this week and just say, hey, can I just ask you a quick question about, something very specific that I'm struggling with, inside of my own organizations? Absolutely. Just go ahead and I'm happy to kind of wade through those details and give you my opinion. And I firmly believe, kind of back to what everybody said, and to me, how to tie the networking aspect together. Much like many of the people on the panel, I worked for a really large company for a really long time. So I never spent any time networking and connecting with people outside of that organization. And when I left that, kind of comfort of that, I quickly realized that that was not only something that I needed to do, but, as I look back, and it's been, 3 years now since I've left that organization, and it's just tremendous. I think about all of the people I interact with on nearly a daily basis, and you guys are included in that. And I just couldn't imagine my life. I'm not even talking about business now. I'm talking about literally the things that I kind of feel and go through on a day-to-day basis. And I couldn't imagine, my life without interacting with all of you people. And had I not ever put myself in a situation to be open, to having those types of conversations, I would have a completely different life right now. So I just want to encourage people out there. It may be scary, it may be uncomfortable, but I guarantee that if you open yourself up to networking and commenting and attending shows like this, it will literally change your life. And, maybe that means financially, maybe that means other things. But when you do it with, kind of a kind heart, and you're trying to give to people, and you speak into the things that are really exciting to you, it's amazing what comes back to you. So I wanted to share that. And again, you guys are, just tremendous people that I really couldn't imagine what my kind of day-to-day life would be like without. So thank you guys for being amazing.
Thank you for being amazing. And if my mic wasn't attached to my desk, I would have done a mic drop right now. That is exactly why I am an advocate for networking. It's because we all learn from each other, and we can all motivate and inspire one another. So thank you, Dave. And do you want to share where people can find you? And then I want to talk to Katie, the hype girl, quickly.
Yeah, happy to. I'll drop a link in the comments as well. But you can find me searching either the company name, which is the Chrysler Club. You can also find me by searching my name. I'm super active on LinkedIn and Twitter. But you can find me on other platforms as well. You can find me via my website. So as many people tell me, I am many places all at once somehow. So.
And it's all because of process.
If I didn't have a process, I couldn't do any of this stuff.
Right. Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. I'm going to switch you. And if you need to go, that's okay too. Here we go, Katie. Sorry for keeping you this long, but I didn't imagine that the show would be this long. That wasn't my plan, but thank you for being here. You are an inspiration to me, really.
Are you serious, Ingor? You're you're my favorite person. I love you. Not a day goes by that I don't talk to you about something, whether it be personal or professional.
Yes.
So, but it's probably not a day goes by that I don't communicate with Dave either. So, I mean, yeah, it's great. I love this community we've built. And when you guys talk about networking, so many things came to me that I had written down along the way, but I forgot them all and I can't understand my notes. So I'm just going to talk about Dave because the example is perfect. Like, I needed help with things that I was kind of ashamed to even talk about. And I brought them to Dave, and he gave me some tools and answered some of my questions, just like Whitney said he did with her too. But I didn't pay Dave for this information. He didn't charge me for it. He just did it for me. And that may not have seemed like it was very helpful for him at all. But now when anybody asks me, where'd you learn this? I say Dave Chrysler. Whenever I give something to my boss, I've used some of his tools in, I'll say, I learned this from Dave Chrysler. So I may not have paid Dave anything, but I'm just going to keep talking about Dave and how he improves process wherever I go. So now there you go. That's how this connection has been profitable for Dave.
A walking, talking advertisement, Dave. And she has a megaphone.
I think I may sense a potential Christmas gift or something in the works here.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So Katie, can you share a little bit about what you do when it comes to connecting with somebody on LinkedIn? Like there's something special about what you do.
Well, you say it's something special, but I don't know if it's so special anymore because now a lot of people do it. And also because now I don't do it as much anymore. But what I like to do is on Mondays, my Mondays are blocked out on my calendar. So I don't allow people to like schedule meetings with me on Monday because Monday's the day that I go out and I talk to all my new connections. And I like to send a video, just a personal video to them, telling them who I am and what I do. And thanks for connecting with me. And that's how, that is my intent anyways, is doing that every Monday. So yeah, I do like to make a definite personal connection with my network, but I am very strategic on my network. So somebody might send me a connection request and they might sit there for a while because I'm going to look at their profile. I'm going to read some of their stuff. And with LinkedIn, you have this unique opportunity to cull your own feed where you can pick whose voices you want to hear because you are subscribing to the information that is valuable to you. And hopefully that will then also be valuable to the rest of your audience. So we share and share alike. Yes. So I'm not going to accept friend requests from people who have no place in the manufacturing industry because right now that's what I focus on. That's what I've been focusing on for the past 10 years. So yeah. And I'm known for just going back through my list of connections and removing people that are no longer relevant.
Oh my gosh, that sounds very Facebookish.
Well, I guess I can see how it does, but in the end, I'm a professional and I'm trying to do a job here. And I make friends along the way. I'm not here to make friends and then develop a professional, I make friends along the way. I make friends, I play with my peers.
Yes. And I want to say, go back to what you said about you think it's special. I think it's special what you do. Yes, it is. And the reason why a lot of people are doing it now is, let me tell you why. It's because of Ubuntu. It's because they look at something that you do or that Dave does or that I do or that anyone else does, and they admire it and then they emulate it.
Yeah.
And that is what it's about, right? And that's why so many people are doing it because guess what? You did it. And we were like, oh my gosh.
That's a good idea. I'm going to try it too. But that's how I do everything too. People are like, how did you get so good at what you do? And I'm like, because I learned from the people that I play with. So a quote that I use often, like when I am introducing myself to people or doing, discovery calls or whatever, is I tell them that I'm a student of incredibly inspirational thought leaders and influencers. I'm just a student of all of you guys. You guys have taught me. I'm new to the game. You guys have been around longer than I have.
You are a teacher too. That's why we need to get you to do what you've been meaning to do for a year, right? Anyway, but thank you. It has been a phenomenal hour and a half. If you're still watching, thank you so much. And again, I'm going to nod to our friends at M&I. Thank you, M&I, for putting on this M&I University for manufacturers to help them to really level up. You can learn from Dave about process. Gail spoke about signing up, suiting up, and showing up. I am talking about leveraging LinkedIn. Maggie Bloom is talking about everything email, and the list goes on and on. So if you're still,
and we're adding stuff every day. New classes are being added every day. Like Damon just said, he still hasn't got me the information. I've got a ton of people. It's fun because my goal was to do like between 10 and 20 classes or instructors. And day one, I got 20 people right away who said yes. I'm like, well, I'm going to move this up to between 20 and 30 classes and instructors. And they
Wow.
they keep piling in. So it's awesome what all's
It's
going
awesome.
on.
So thank you everyone, and shout out to Robert Johnson. Know that we appreciate you, and sorry you couldn't join us today, but it was a phenomenal conversation, and I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. And by the way, tomorrow at 11 a.m., I will be hosting a special show for the Unstoppable Camaraderie 24-hour fundraiser for heroes, badges, and warriors, and
Love it.
interviewing Catherine and Alan. So please, if you can, come and support my stream. It is just something that I'm doing voluntarily. So to support them, and I'm giving an hour of my time, and I'm happy to do it. So please come and support. And also, I am offering this course, Leveraging LinkedIn with the Networking Ninja. We did start on the 5th of October, which was 2 days ago, but we're going live, and I'm doing the course every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please, if you'd like to join, please come. Anybody's welcome. I want to help you to level up. So thank you, Katie, thank you, Dave, and thank you to everyone who was here spending this time with me. I love you guys. You are such a blessing in my life, and I'm talking about not just the panel, but everybody in the audience as well. Know that.
Hey, can we just do a shout out to the original, the OG manufacturer, the father?
Yes, shout out to you, Lord. Thank you, Katie, and thank you, Dave. See you guys next week for another episode of Inspiration from Ingor. Take care, be blessed,
Bye,
have an
everybody.
amazing manufacturing day. Oh my gosh, and happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian friends for Monday. Be blessed. Ciao for now.